Hello and welcome to Derby Litchurch Lane Works, owned by Alstom, for the greatest gathering. This is the most unbelievable and greatest gathering of full-size locomotives and rolling stock I think we've ever seen. There's over 140 exhibits on site, everything from steam locomotives to shunting locomotives, multiple units, diesel locomotives, the latest locomotives, the oldest locomotives. They're all right here at Derby Litchurch Lane. Cue the music. Hello and welcome to the greatest gathering at Alstom's Derby Litchurch Lane Works. We've got a humongous event here this weekend in Derby. There's over 140 full-size railway exhibits here at the works in this 90-acre site. And obviously, being Key Model World, we're here with the Model Railway Village, which you'll find at the end of Electric Avenue, where you've got a fantastic collection of AC electric locomotives. You could even come by train if you prefer on the 15-inch gauge line from the Perrygrove Railway. So they'll bring you down from the entry to the site, down to the Model Railway Village. And then if you swing around behind me, we are in D Shop, which is just at the end here. And then inside, we've got over 40 model railway exhibits, including model railway layouts, trade stands, and manufacturer stands as well. And when you enter, obviously, just like all our shows we're doing at the NEC and the Great Electric Train Show, we've got a packed arena here full of model railway exhibits. So we've got Hornby Hobbies on the entry to the show, and then we've got the Key Model World stand as well. We've got some of our last remaining stocks of our limited editions on sale this week, as well as a brand new limited edition launch as well in 60040. We've also got the first decorated samples of our Colas Rail HST, so lots of things you'd come and see on our stand. And then obviously the big event in terms of model railways is that Pete Waterman's Making Track 3, which models Milton Keynes Central, is back out on its own for the first time since 2023. And I'm sure you agree, looking absolutely fantastic here. It's all been stocked up with a full collection of West Coast Main Line trains. Then we've also got 12 Trees Junction. We brought it back out from the Hornby magazine store, ready to come here and join the show. We've got Dead Man's Lane from Mick Bryan, modelling Derby RTC, which is literally, as I stand right here now, is just over there, the other side of the railway line. Right, moving down the hall, we've got Bachmann here with their stand, all the latest samples on display, showcasing the latest models across N, 00 and 009 scales. We've got Rails of Sheffield with a display stand too. We've got trade stands from Cheltenham Model Centre, TTC Diecast, Kerner Model Rail Centre, Ellis Clark Trains. Loads of places here to come and buy your products to expand your model railway collection. We've also got more manufacturer stands from Revolution Trains. We've got Helgem, we've got Cavalix models. We've got loads of people here you can come and see. They've all got the latest products on display. Come and talk to the teams about their product development, what's coming up, how they're making the new models that are coming out. Lots and lots of things to see. We've got Gauge 1 operating as well from the Gauge 1 Model Railway Association. They've put on a fantastic display with this massive 10 metre long and 6 metre wide display of Gauge 1 railway operation with a combination of live steam and electric locos. Lots of live steam things to get involved with and see running today. Just like this Black 5. Looks absolutely fantastic on that train. Then if you come down the rest of the way down the hall, we'll just do a quick lap round. We'll do a whistle stop past a couple of the second-hand deals. We've got more lane models, we've got Harvey Instance, we've got Trains for You on the end here as well. We've got some nice custom-made models of locomotives you can see here this weekend at the show. And we've got the Acura Scale stand here as well, fully stocked with all their latest product samples. Loads of great things to come and have a look at here. And if you can come around this side, we'll do a whistle stop up the other side, past Kerno, past the 16mm Association with their, again, more live steam operations, some more things to get involved with and see here. As we work our way up, we then on the other side, after you've seen the little roundhouse 040 go past, we've got the Ellis Clark train stand, plenty of models to get involved with and add to your collection there, as well as their latest product samples. And I just want to show you a few more of the layouts that are up here, and then, we hope you come visit the Model Railway Village and take advantage of seeing all the great things that have been brought here for the show. So we've got footplate models as well, then a whole collection of model railways. We've got the Derby Museum of Making with a display of their model making from the local museum. We've got Welby RTC, which models RTC stock on the test track. I've not recognised this from the pages of Hornby magazine. Then we move on to Canute Road Quay, which is Graham Muspratt's little Southern Region dockside layout, another layout from the magazine. And just round behind me, we've got St John's from Paul Warden. We've got the Mickleover Model Railway Group with their layout. We've got Simon Paley's Collingwood, which models exactly how Network Rail builds signalling centres, so it's a really accurate representation of signalling, including the full screen display, which illustrates how it's all functioning and operating up there as well. Simon will tell you all about that if you want to come down and have a chat with him. We've then got a model of Hena South, which isn't too far away from here. That's from the Ilkeston Model Railway Club. We've got 5 Mile House modelling the LNER in the 1930s. And then we've got Harefield Road, which is Eric French's London Underground layout, which has come up here for the weekend. He's been doing some more work on this, finished some of this off today, just ahead of the show opening. And then finally we've got Burlish Road. So from the Severn Valley Group, they've brought this fantastic O-gauge layout in. So hopefully, as you can see, lots of things to get involved with at the Model Railway Village. So as I said at the start, Model Railway Village. We're here in D-Shop, we're here all weekend from Friday right through to the end of Sunday at the Greatest Gathering. We hope to see you all come through this area of the show during the weekend. Thanks for watching, we'll see you soon. Key Publishing is a leading specialist in modelling magazines, including monthly titles, Hornby Magazine and Airfix Model Worlds. New issues are on sale on the first Thursday of every month, plus we have a broad range of special publications written by authors including Pete Waterman, Dan Emerson and Simon Bendall. Our books collection features locomotive profiles and railway operations, while our latest release is the full story of TT120, told by former Hornby marketing and product development manager Simon Kohler. Check out the full range online at keymodelworld.com/shop. Well, we're just coming to the end of the second day of the Greatest Gathering here at Derby Litchurch Lane Works. As you can see, we've got another brilliant lineup of locomotives here behind us. High-speed rail travel. We've got the spare Eurostar power car 3999. We've got a pair of HST power cars. There's the Avanti West Coast Pendolino. There's a very recently reliveried LNER Class 91 round there in the National Rail Museum's new colour scheme there. And to top off that high-speed story, or rather to start that high-speed story, we've got one of the Class 55 Deltics, which are one of the first 100-mile-an-hour capable single-unit diesel locomotives in the world. So they've really pulled out the stops to find all the different locos that are here for the Greatest Gathering. Now, obviously this is a huge site, so it's going to take a bit of time to show everything, but what we'll do is give you a little whistle-stop tour of some of the things and the highlights we've seen whilst we're here. Like I say, walking across here, you can see this just brilliant lineup of locos here. Personally, I really like this 91 and its new livery, so I think that looks really striking there as well. And if we'll take a walk down this way, we're going to have a look down this road, see some more of the exhibits that are here. And this high-speed lineup's been joined by a loco that wasn't quite so successful in its actual operational career, and it's the last one existing, which is the Class 17 diesel loco. Now, these were introduced in the early 1960s. They were intended to be the standard Type 1 diesel locomotive, but unfortunately they weren't particularly successful, and instead the Class 20s became the classic Type 1 diesel loco. Right next to it obviously is the legendary Deltic. Very successful locomotives, did over 20 years service on the East Coast Main Line on the fastest expresses from London to Scotland, and there's several of those here this weekend, including Tullyar. And another loco behind that, which is still under construction at the minute, but very interesting, is the Baby Deltic. Now, many of you will probably know anyway that none of the Baby Deltics were actually preserved at the end of their BR career, but this one's been completely built from scratch by a group dedicated at the Barry Hill Roundhouse, and they've taken a Class 37 and they've shortened its body, put it on a pair of Commonwealth bogies, which is what the Baby Deltics ran on, and they've found a spare power unit, a Napier power unit to go into it to actually recreate an original looking Baby Deltic in the real world again for everyone to enjoy. So that's a big project that's working on at the minute. They're moving on quite nicely at the moment. As you can see, the underframe's looking pretty complete at this point. Bodywork's looking good as well, but they've still got lots of work to do. We can find out more about them through their own social media sites as well. Right, so moving down, we've got a lot of obstacles to mind out for down here as well, because this is a operational industrial site, so we've got points to look out for, rails to look out for, all kinds of things on the way. We come down to another one of the Deltics, which has been brought here by the Deltic Preservation Society. This one being 55009, which is Alice Hidden, which is finished in its BR Blue era livery. As you can see, we've got a few of the horns going off from the locos now as we come to the end of day 2 here at the Greatest Gathering. People are just starting to make their way off the site at the moment, so we're just going to follow them through as we work our way down this corridor of locos. And then another important piece of diesel locomotive history here, we've got D6700, which is the very first Class 37 diesel locomotive. Now, I'm sure everyone at home knows that these probably are the most successful diesel locomotives from the 1960s. Over 300 of these were built. There's loads of them still in service now on the main line. This one was the first to be built in 1960, I think it was. Originally carried the number D6700. Later in life it became 37350, and then it entered preservation with the National Collection. It's currently based out of the Great Central Railway at Loughborough, and they've brought it here this weekend to be on display. But it's not just locos that are here either. Obviously we've got the Pendolino here on one side. We've also got rolling stock, including this superbly restored LMS inspection saloon, which rides on a pair of B4 bogies. As you can see, absolutely beautifully restored here. And it's also paired with one of the West Coast Railways Class 57s here. We've got 57314 Conway Castle.
The is now closed. Please vacate the site immediately.
And 57314 is one of the 57s which is fitted with a down-the-coupling. Started out life with Virgin Trains, but it was rebuilt from a Class 47, which was then, its purpose then was to be a Thunderbird locomotive to recover stricken Class 390 Pendolinos, and also to work the passenger workings along the North Wales coast when they got to Crewe as well. And next we've got more brilliant exhibits here. We've got this is one of the Angel trains operated Class 153s. This one has actually been converted from its original passenger use. So it's a test bed for being a railhead treatment train. So it's got a whole load of new equipment inside it, which means it can apply railhead treatment to the tracks to maintain the railhead quality. And obviously all the seats that were once inside it are no longer inside it, new equipment's inside. And that's all been repainted, operated by Angel Trains. And as you can see, looking down this line up here, we've got locos of all shapes and sizes here at the Greatest Gathering this weekend. So we've got the Plym Valley Railways Sentinel four-wheel shunter, one of the diesel hydraulic shunters here on the right-hand side. It's been painted in a sort of in-city mainline colour scheme. And then just ahead of that, we've got some classic diesel traction again. We've got the first ever Class 26, which was originally D5300, later became 26007 when it gained its TOPS number. And alongside that, we've got more 57s. We've got 57604 from Great Western, finished in its Great Western green livery, which is looking really very smart in that colour scheme. And then as we follow some more people out here, we've got another loco beyond. We've got a 27, which is the next step on from the Class 26 in terms of BRCW's locomotive development. And then over here as well, we've got a whole collection of 57s here actually. We've got 3 of them, they're all lined up here. Like I said, there's it's getting quite loud down here and busy. We've got 57307 ramping up. It's been providing power to the Pendolino unit. And as you can see, it's such a brilliant place to be here. If you're into railways, it's a place you didn't want to not be. I can't compete with that. So we've got 31108, we've got a whole collection of Class 50s. We've got a newly repainted Class 90 over here, 90018, which has been named the Greatest Gathering. That's just been repainted this week by Arlington Fleet Services for Freightliner, put into a Freightliner 60th anniversary livery. And that's been joined by 66501, which is another one carrying the Freightliner 60th branding on it. It's got the Spirit of 65 as its naming on there. And also we've got 3 of the brilliant English Electric Class 50s here, which have all come in for the weekend. And all 3 of these obviously are sporting the large logo livery. But there's another pair I think we need to go and see just at the end of this row as well. Let's go around this side. So obviously these are the classics. Large logo on a 50 is just the colour of choice, is it not? We've got Defiance here, which is a very well-known popular loco on the main line. But then they've gone to the extra mile with some of these locos as well to really make them stand out for the Greatest Gathering. And we've got 2 50s down here, which have been branded up especially for the event. We've got 50035 and one of its sister locos. And I think you'll like the branding on these. It's a bit of fun. Let's make our way through the crowds. So for starters, 50044 here on the right hand side has got the Greatest Gathering branding down the side of it. But then my favourite, because it is a problem we have kind of with our model train collection sometimes, is this one that says so many trains. Obviously they've amassed a huge collection of diesel locos down here. So across this side, We've got even more of the latest modern traction. We've got a 59 from Freightliner. We've got one of the Euro Phoenix Class 91s, which are very rarely seen out and about at the moment. We've got DB 66004 in its Climate Hero livery. We've got the gold 66301 from GB Rail Freight, and we've got another brilliant new livery down here as well. We've got 69016, which has been finished in its British Transport Police livery. It is on display here this weekend as well. So this one's one of the most recent ones to be outshopped and finished for GB Rail Freight. As you can see, looks fantastic in that police colour scheme next to 70008. So we'll close out this little tour section by just going down to see something that you'll soon realise has got a little connection to what we've been doing with our limited edition locos recently, and have a look at a couple of the DC rail exhibits that have been brought in. So for starters, we've got one of their JNA T box wagons, which is one of the limited editions we've done with Revolution trains to offer for double O gauge. There's one fortunately all sold through now, but it's still nice to give you a snapshot of what they are right up close and personal. And then beyond that, we've got Class 60 60046, which is one of their current fleet of 4 operational Class 60s, and it carries that classic DC Rail grey livery. Is named William Wilberforce. So, as you can see, this is an absolutely monstrous site for railway enthusiasts. There's over 140 railway exhibits here, absolutely massive lineup. We've even got the Network Rail helicopter. They've literally pulled out the stops to bring everything here to Alstom for the greatest gathering. I hope you enjoyed this latest part of the tour, and we'll show you the steam locomotives next. Key Publishing is a leading specialist in modelling magazines, including monthly titles Hornby Magazine and Airfix Model Worlds. New issues are on sale on the first Thursday of every month. Plus, we have a broad range of special publications written by authors including Pete Waterman, Dan Emerson and Simon Bendall. Our books collection features locomotive profiles and railway operations, while our latest release is the full story of TT120, told by former Hornby Marketing and Product Development Manager Simon Kohler. Check out the full range online at keymodworld.com/shop. So steam locomotives are obviously an incredibly important part of railway history, and for Alstom's greatest gathering, they've amassed a fantastic collection of more than 25 different steam locomotives, which have all been brought here for this weekend. And behind me is one of my own personal favourites, 35028 Clanline, which is decked out with all the Golden Arrow regalia on it as well, especially for this weekend. Now it's joined just next to it by another of its classmates, 35018 British India Line, which is one of the West Coast Railways fleet. And actually West Coast Railways have brought quite a few locos here this weekend, including Scots Guardsman, one of its Black Fives. There's also one of its Jubilees here as well. So a nice collection of West Coast Railways operated locomotives. I've done a special treat though if you're an LNER fan, because for the first time since the BR steam era, you're able to see classes A1, A2, A3 and A4 all together in the same location at one time. Now that's never happened before since the end of the BR steam era, with bringing all those together. But the story goes all the way from the very earliest steam locomotives here this weekend, with the very earliest being locomotion number 1, which is part of the STEM display. But we've also got one of the oldest working steam locomotives in the UK here as well, which is Furnace number 20, which is fully restored and in working order and in steam this weekend. And then the gathering has taken that story all the way through the railway era. So we've got the L&WR coal tank, which has been doing some demonstrations on turntables. Then it moves forward into the Big Four era, where we've got things like, we've got the Great Western Hall, we've got the Stania Mogul Funds 260, we've got another Stania Jubilee as well. There's Bahamas with its unique double chimneys here. Plus we go right through to the modern era steam as well, in terms of things like we've got a BR9F here, there's the BR Standard 5 with Caprotti valve gear, and all the very latest steam locomotives here as well. So we've got Tornado, we've mentioned already. There's also the next steam locomotive which is likely to be completed as a new build, which is the BR Standard 3MT 262 tank 82045, which this weekend it was displayed for the first time looking like a complete locomotive, with the boiler in the frames, the side tanks fitted, smoke box, all the running gear there as well. It's looking like a fantastic project, that locomotive. And talking of new builds, within the railway marketplace as well, there's a whole collection of stands bringing people up to date on the latest progress on new build projects, including the new Clan 72010 Hengist, the LMS prototype diesel locomotive, and many other locomotives as well inside the railway marketplace. So the greatest gathering hasn't just been about static exhibits. We have been opportunities for people to get into the cab of locomotives here as well and explore how it is to be a driver in a locomotive. There's also been plenty of rides around the site as well, including the first opportunity actually for the public to ride on Alstom's test track, which is a mile-long test track on a Class 3, 4, 5 unit from the Elizabeth line. There's also steam haul passenger rides for full-size locomotives with Galatea masquerading as Sierra Leone from West Coast Railways. Plus, there's also the chance for people to pay a little extra to get a cab ride on a 93. But topping that off, they've also got temporary laid narrow gauge railways, including this 2-foot gauge railway, which you're about to see run past with one of the world's oldest working 2-foot gauge locomotives, Prince. And then we just brought the locomotive, they brought the coaches as well, and on the back, one of the last narrow gauge locomotives to be built for industrial service with Triangle number 4. Plus there's also the 15-inch gauge line running down to D Shop along Electric Avenue, which has been supported by the Perrygrove Railway, which on one end has got Arthur Hayward's first 15-inch gauge locomotive, Katie, and on the back is one of the newer locomotives in an 062 tank called Anne. As you see, loads of things to get involved with.
We love a limited edition, and here at Key Model we're partnering with leading manufacturers to create bespoke 00 gauge locomotives for steam and diesel era modellers. In stock now, we've got Helgen Class 47s in portable livery, Hornbury Cross Country HST power cars, and Bachmann Class 40s in large logo blue. Plus you can also pre-order our new collection of limited editions for release during 2025 and 2026, including Colas Rail liveried HST power cars by Hornby, a Clark Railworks WD210 in LMR 1960s era blue, and a Cavalex Models Class 56 finishes 56103 in DC Rail Grey. Visit keymodelworld.com/shop to check out the full collection.
Well, hello and welcome to what we think is probably the ultimate model railway. So this is the GL5, that's the ground level 5-inch gauge association, which have brought in this incredible portable track to the greatest gathering. We're here in G Shop within the complex, and we've got live steam locos running round, we've got scale freight trains running round, we've got diesel locos running round, there's even a ride on railway as well for people to go and have a ride up and down. So what I thought we'd do, give you a little tour around this workshop, which as you can see is within part of the Alstom Derby Litchurch Lane Works, show you what they're up to, show you some of the stock and talk a little bit about it. So first things first, shunting with a Great Western 14XX, all hand built things, and as you can see it's got a full collection of wagons. We've got BR 12-ton vans, LMS 12-ton vans, Ernie R1s, we've got insulated vans, open wagons, and even a fully weathered rusty interior 21-ton hopper on the back there as well. So he's just shunting wagons around here in these sidings. This is more than just a ride on railway. And then they've got a whole circuit here as well. So this is very much like you'd build as a model railway at home. So literally they can do a full lap all the way around this entire hall. They've got sidings, they've got point work, there's even a turntable, we'll show you that in a minute. And just coming round over here right now, we've got one of their Class 25 diesel locos coming round with another one of the fantastic freight trains they've got there. And all fully loaded up. We've got a mixture of cattle wagons, open wagons, a whole collection of vehicles going off here. There's even a driver in the cab. And if you're wondering on the scale for this, it's 27mm to 1 foot is the scale used for the GL5 locos and rolling stock. And as you can see, they're really enjoying themselves in here, and I can't blame them. It's definitely ultimate model railway territory here. And then if you can probably hear in the background, there's quite a lot of noise with them running around on here. So currently coming round behind this 25, we've got an S15 coming round with a rake of Pullman cars of all things in 5-inch gauge scale. Just amazing, absolutely amazing. So he's just coming round behind us. There's more shunting going off here too. So just look at this. And remember as well, this is all fully working live steam locos, actually powered by steam, all proper boilers or boiler tested boilers in there as well, fueled by coal and water just like you would on a full-size real steam loco. It's absolutely brilliant. Then if we're going to take a little walk over here as well, just wait for this train to get out of the way. As you can see over here, they brought plenty of stock with them as well. So a real big collection of different rolling stock. I think this is really impressive now. You look at the size of all these things. You've got all these wagons and rolling stock. We've even got Wallace and Gromit loaded up on a Lomac there as well. We've got bogie wagons, open wagons, closed wagons, even coaches as well. That's a real nice big collection of things. We've got shunting locos. There's even more sidings over there as well. Fantastic layout here. And then if we just have a little scoot down the other side as well, before we go across to show you the turntable. you get an idea of the scope of the size of what they've actually done in this room. So we've got the 25 coming back down with its freight train. Right, so let's go around back around the way we came. We'll go back round and have a look at the turntable as well. We'll see a few more of the locos that are brought down to run on this railway this weekend then. Just got to watch our step through the point works and things. I'm now going to have to wait for a train to go past as well. Before this one round, work our way through the loops over here. As you can see from the size of the people compared to the trains, you know, they're big models with big people here to drive them as well. You know, they're all plenty powerful as well. They can actually carry people on board. I think what we've got here is also they've even got a control box here where they're taking control of the train movements and the track formation. So you can see we've got a diagram here on the back of the panel here, which is illustrating the track plan around the layout, and all these switches control the points. They can actually control where the trains are going as well. Makes it a bit easier to swap over different locos and rolling stock. And then we'll follow this freight train down the line, off down to the turntable, where we can see more of their collection of 5-inch gauge locos down here too. So the GL5, they're normally operating outdoors. They've got a permanent track up in Yorkshire which they operate on. We've got full scale length trains running up there. And like I said, this is a portable setup just for this weekend here at the Greatest Gathering. And as you can see now, we've also got a turntable here and a fantastic collection of locos. Again, all these have been running across the weekend. So we've got a D11 Director here. We've got a Q7. We've got just homing in on the A4 there as well, so Nigel Gresley. Beautifully made locomotive there. Again, these are all handmade. We've got a Ginty, we've got a large Prairie, we've got a J72, we've got a 4F, whole wonderful collection of locomotives in here which have been operating on this layout during the weekend.
There it goes. True.
This really has been the greatest gathering of railway locomotives and rolling stock here at Alstom's Derby Lit Church Lane Works. We've got everything from Locomotion Number 1, which is the start of the 200-year celebration we've got here, which was started in 1825 on the Stockton Darlington Railway, right through to GB Rail Freight's brand new Class 99 locomotive, which has only been in the UK for a few weeks now. It's just started its testing on the East Coast Main Line. It's been an absolute privilege to be involved with this fantastic Greatest Gathering event here in Derby Lit Church Lane Works and to host the Model Railway Village in partnership with Alstom for this weekend. We hope you enjoyed all our coverage from the event and the event itself if you were here. It's been a fantastic weekend, an event that we'll never ever forget. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.